Okay, let's talk about version 1.5. In this game update, and it's a big one, there's loads and loads of changes. AI, cadets, new Ackerman system, new control systems. So let me talk you through it. Okay, so this is a brand new update. We've spent 4 months working on this update. There's loads and loads of changes, and there's things which I think you should know about, which will help you understand the game. Let's first of all talk about Ackerman, which is the thing which is going to affect most players. You have two options now. The first option is the classic setting. This is what you have currently. If you've been racing tilt, this is what you will have been using. However, you now have the option to move to Tilt Alternative. Tilt Alternative has a range of different Ackerman settings. Now the Ackerman adjusts the rate of turn of the front wheels. So as you're probably aware, that the rate of turn for the inside wheel and the outside wheel are different. And the Ackerman adjusts these rates to make it easier or harder to drive depending on the track and depending on how tight the track is. So for example, if you're racing a track like a Palmer or a Vegas, you may want to have a very, very high expert Ackerman setting, because this means that the front wheels will turn in much more quickly and the rate of turn will be quicker. The alternative is to go all the way down to the bottom, which is the easiest setting to drive, especially when you're learning and you're new, and I would strongly recommend new players use that setting. But as you get better, you may want to adjust this depending on the track, and the easiest setting should be used for fast tracks. It requires a bigger movement to get round the faster corners, which means you can be more precise. So it depends on the track as to which setting you want to use, and you will want to change this constantly. Don't forget, the Ackerman, if it's at the highest level, will increase the amount of scrub on the tyres and increase tyre wear. So you really want to adjust it per track. Now this works in conjunction with steering sensitivity, which you may now wish to bring down if you've got a higher level of Ackerman. So it takes a bit of playing with and for something you want to get used to, but it is definitely an improvement to the game, and most players that have tested this, who have been in PRJ or in cadets, we've been doing lots of cadets testing, will have noticed the difference. Okay, the second thing we've got in this new build is a new tilt system, and the tilt system you can either turn on or off. So go to the settings in the dashboard and you can adjust this, but it means that essentially as you're racing around the corner, your head is turning and the screen is turning. This makes it feel more real, makes you feel more attached to the karts, and of course it's a hell of a lot more fun. So I really like it. I've been playing with this for 2 or 3 months, and it took me 3 or 4 days to get used to it, and after that I prefer it massively. It feels nice. Big updates to the AI to try and make them smoother, more predictable, and quicker. Now in some cases the AI may be too quick, and what I mean by quicker is they're not going to slow you up in the tight tracks as much. That's the idea. We've always had problems with tight tracks and people lapping, and then on fast tracks the AI are too fast. We're trying to fix that issue with this update, but it may not work out perfectly. In this update too is a big change to cadets, and if you haven't played cadets for a long time, this won't matter to you. But for new players this matters a lot, and for older players this matters a lot too, because we think it's going to boost our attention hugely. So cadet karts have had a big physics update. They have had, the karts now go up to 57 miles an hour, which is as it is in real life. The times at PFI are very comparable in the game now. If you have the Bridgestone soft tyres on, which have now replaced the SS tyres that were in there before. The Bridgestone softs are the ones to go and use if you want the most dramatic grip. Cadets now has a longer flow. It's now 250 championship points to get promoted. There's more time to get used to the tracks. We could put in new tracks. Wilton Mill National now is in cadets. La Conca is now in cadets. We've got PFI in cadets. The physics are so much better. It's much more fun, and it's taken a lot of time to perfect and get right. We've taken out loads of things from the flow to try and make it quicker to get through the game. And we think you'll enjoy it, and we think it'll be better for you. So that's really where the work is in build 1.5. In addition, there's a final update which you guys may or may not be aware of, which is an update to our Unity game engine. This was quite a major update, it always is. We generally do one a year around January time, and it normally takes 2 or 3 months to get the update into the game. But you may notice that the gameplay is smoother and it's better, and this update will also allow us to include things like in-game chat going forward, and improve the multiplayer rating, which is something which we're really trying to do in the future.